Good morning, students. Now, your third class. We are discussing about the scope of sociology. We have already discussed about what is sociology, definitions of sociology by different sociologists. We have discussed about the nature of sociology. We are discussing now scope of sociology. So scope of sociology we have discussed in the last class. It has two main schools of thought. One is specialist school or specialistic school or formalist school, which we have discussed, and the criticism also we have discussed. Second one is a synthetic school. Now let us today discuss about synthetic school. The supporters of synthetic school are the sociologists. Number one, Maurice Ginsburg, Emily Durkheim, Auguste Comte, Sorkin, Herbert Spencer, F. Ward, L.T. Hobhouse. So these are the main sociologists who supported synthetic school. Now, according to the school, what are their views? Let's see. Sociology is a general and systematic social science. So it's a general science. It discusses about so many things of human life in the society, and it is very systematic also. And they have discussed here that the scope of sociology is very vast. Like in the previous school of thought, specialist school, they have said that the scope of sociology is very narrow. Here they are of the views that scope of social. Now, number three, sociology needs help from other social sciences. So, sociology as an independent, as a science, social science, it cannot exist on its own. It needs help from other social science. When you have to discuss about the people's background, then you should know from which place they are from, which community they belong, the race they belong to. Number four, it is a synthesis of social science. Whatever social science you have, history, geography, political science, all these economics, etc., all these social science, from there it has been synthesized, made. So it is a synthesis of social science. And sociology is closely related with other social science. So human beings, sociology deals with the human life in a society, and we are all related with other social sciences. Say history, you have to say from which place you belong to, or which race you belong to, which community you belong to, and then who are the leaders who were ruling a particular country or particular state. All these are related to the social life or the society. Thus, formalistic school believes in the study of parts which makes up the society. So, formalistic school, it believes in small parts which makes up the society. But synthetic school advocates the study of the whole society, deals with the society as a whole. However, both the schools complement each other. They complement each other and they do not oppose each other because they support each other. The sociology is a general science of society and it is a special society discipline. Sociology is a general science of society and a specialized discipline. Next one, sociology is a growing science. It grows. You are talking about the human life. You have so many things to discuss, and it is a growing science. Therefore, it is neither possible or desirable to restrict its scope. So, in the first case, the first school of thought, they said the scope is narrow, but we cannot restrict, or neither possible or desirable to restrict its scope. It is wide. It exists like that. Then, with this, that scope of sociology is over. Next, it's a general one. Society is a web of social institution. You must have seen cobweb, spider's web. It's all interlinked. It's a web of social institutions. These institutions like family, education, religion, political, economic, etc., or history, geography, anything, are all interrelated and interdependent on one another. So it is society is a like a web of social institution. All these institutions are interlinked or interrelated, interdependent. Being the study of society, the scope of sociology is very wide. The subject does not confine its study to only economic or political life of human beings, but to all aspects of life. So this subject, sociology, The scope of sociology is very wide, and the subject does not confine its study to just economic or political life of human beings, but to all aspects of life with man in society, with which man in society is concerned. Therefore, we say that sociology is the mother of social science. So we have to say that sociology is the mother of all social sciences. Now, so we have discussed the scope of sociology, two main schools of society, schools of thought, that is the specialistic school and the synthetic school. So with that, that topic is over. These questions are very, very important. It can be asked um, as a as a long question, essay type of questions. You can get it. Now, next topic in your syllabus is importance and application of sociology in nursing. Why is sociology included in nursing? Let's see what is the importance and how you can apply it in your subject. Now, according to Adil and Hessler, sociology of health is a field of inquiry that treats health, illness, and their management and as problems in understanding of society, and how this understanding helps address problems in the management of health and illness. So, according to these scientists, Twaddle and Hessler, sociology of health is a field of inquiry that treats health. So sociology is how people behave, how people interact. It treats the sickness or illness or health and the management as problems in the understanding of, and their management as problems in the understanding of society, and how this understanding helps. And you have to understand the problems of the society and how this understanding helps address problems in the management of health and illness. So now here COVID is one example, the pandemic that is spread. People are very sensitive. They are not very comfortable with the doctors or the health workers. Why? Because they are not able to understand the problem that is there. So they try to oppose the doctors, or they try to fight with the doctors, or even the COVID patients. They are being excluded from the society. They don't want them nearby. So if a particular family has this patient with COVID, they are being treated very badly in the society. So that is where you need to understand and manage the problems in the society, and how this understanding will help address problems, say with HIV, these type of acute diseases. They are to be treated with understanding, and how this understanding helps address problems in the management of health and illness. So that has to be managed so well that the patient will feel can recover because of the way they are being treated, or even other diseases like TB. Now you have COVID here, now HIV, TB, and leprosy, all these type of diseases. How you treat the patients, how you understand the society which has this problem, thereby you can address the problems in managing the health and illness. The sociology of health is important in the sense that healthcare is concerned with fundamental issues involving life, death, and quality of life. So sociology of health is important in the sense that healthcare is concerned with fundamental issues involving life, death, and quality of life. So I told you, quality of life is very important. A person suffering from particular disease, TB, if he is being excluded, or if he is not being looked after properly, his disease, with medicines, he will not be cured of. So these sociology of health is important because the healthcare is concerned with the fundamental basic issues involving life, death, and quality of life. For students in health professions, there is an important practical reason for gaining an understanding of the sociology of health. So, for as a student of the health profession, you have to really understand the society. Practical reason, there is a practical reason for gaining an understanding of sociology of health, how we can deal with the patients, how we can deal with the patients other problems, family problems, etc., and then how the society treats these sick people. All these are to be looked after, and thereby it is, as a student, you should have you should understand the sociology of health. Tadil and Hessler go on to add that the expansion of epidemiology has led to the insight that most chronic diseases are closely related with social structures and behaviors. Now, moreover, the HIV say these sex workers, they have to be educated. Twaddle and Hessler go on to add that expansion of epidemiology, or say some epidemics that led to, say this is pandemic, which led to the insight that most chronic diseases are closely related with social structures and behaviors. Here, how people stay indoors, stay safe, keep distances, wear masks. All these things are to be looked into so that this chronic disease cannot will not spread. The answer for the control of these diseases lie in the alteration of lifestyles and organization of society, say HIV. The answer for control of these diseases lies in the alteration. There are sex workers earning money, and the higher society, they also have a particular way of life. Like they have to alter their lifestyle, and thereby you can control the disease, or even the society has to be organized or been given basic knowledge of the pros and cons of the disease. Without taking into account the structures and contradictions of total social system, the chances of understanding what healthcare system are all about recede fast. So without taking into account the structures, not taking into account the structures and contradictions of the total social system, the chances of understanding what healthcare system are all about recede fast. So we have to take in account the structure of the society, the contradiction, what are the people's values and norms, contradictions of the social system, chances of understanding what healthcare system are all about recede fast. So even for the healthcare to educate the society for contraceptions, how their family planning can be implemented successfully in a particular society, to come out of the people, for the people to come out of the ill views that contraception is not a good way, it is against God's will or something. So all these are to be at the basic level, they have to be educated about it, and then thereby you can control the population of the society. According to Twaddle and Hessler, it is ultimately this understanding which helped create a more human and equitable uh, healthcare system for patients and practitioners alike. So, according to Twaddle and Hessler, it is ultimately this understanding which help create more human. By understanding this, which will help more people to become more humane and equitable healthcare system for patients and as well as practitioners. You should know how you have to deal with the society or with a particular sickness, and thereby your the society has to be educated about the at the grassroots level about the problem.